Hi everyone, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. It's so lovely to have you with me today. And I've come on with a beautiful message from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine because I really do feel that the collective of Divine Feminines are going through a difficult time. And so, for any Divine Masculines watching at this time, I'd like you to listen to the song by Frente, Frente, and it's called Labour of Love, and it was made in 1994. And so, what Divine Feminine for this collective is saying to you, Divine Masculine, and this won't resonate for everyone, but because she's going through a difficult time, some of the lyrics of the song have really stood out to me today. So I just wanted to bring them to you so that you know what's going on in her mind, because some of the Divine Feminine are feeling quite scattered at this time. So one chance, one shot, that's all anybody ever got is one of the lyrics, part of the lyrics. The next one is, are you waiting for a moment to leave? So some Divine Feminines are feeling as though Divine Masculine is waiting for a moment to leave. And then some more of the lyrics is, I don't know anything at all. I can't do anything but fall. Why do I feel like I can never find you? Why do I feel like I'm the only survivor? Why am I thinking of you and me and the labour of love? The next lyric that stands out in this song is, I feel like a child in a cold, cold war. I don't want to dance. I just want to jump from the prison of circumstance. So a lot of Divine Feminines are feeling stuck. The most standout lyric here for me, I'll repeat it again. I don't know anything at all. I can't do anything but fall. Why do I feel like I can never find you? Why do I feel like I'm the only survivor? Okay, so take that how it resonates for you. That is a message for some twin flames only. Labour of Love by Frente, Frente, made in 1994. So we're going to do a check-in with the Divine Masculine energies. I was just shuffling before and the Hierophant came out. So the Hierophant is a representative card of marriage, of organized religion. So, perhaps for some of you, your Divine Masculine may be highly religious. He may believe in the sanctity of marriage. Many twin flames don't believe in the traditional sense of marriage because they've seen distorted marriages. But the twin flame marriage is supposed to be a union where two people come into the union in an equal way, where they are both heard, where they both feel love, where they can both grow within a space of unconditional love. They are both free and yet they are both connected. So that's the energy of the Hierophant here today, coming out for Divine Masculine. I want to just, while I'm shuffling, I'm going to shuffle a few different decks here so we can get a great message. I think my video that I posted yesterday, my urgent video, has been important for people to understand, the idea that when you love yourself, you are actually loving your twin because you are the same soul in two different bodies. And so I wanted to just bring that point up again today because I want you to understand that self-love is key on the journey. Whether you're a Divine Masculine or a Divine Feminine. So understand that as a very important part of the journey. The other thing I wanted to bring up was the traditional sense of divine masculine and divine feminine as an important understanding of roles. So, you know, of course, in the twin flame journey, we're not being gender based here. This is the energies. But I just wanted to explain something to you while I'm here, because I feel like it's a really important thing. So I'm just going to draw something on a piece of paper, so hopefully it helps you to understand it. I'm not good at drawing, so I'm going to warn you. But that won't matter, okay? So I probably should have done this before I started the video. That was really bad. Let me try again. Okay. Okay, so some people know that the infinity symbol, is that, that symbol that goes, in a figure 8 kind of shape, and, can be representative of the love that's never ending. And also, a wedding ring or an engagement ring is a symbol of never-ending love, okay? Because, a circle can't be broken. So I just drew a little circle here with arrows to show you, to start with, the arrows go in the same way. So we're just going in the same direction constantly, okay? So I'm just going to add something now, okay? And this is just an understanding that I think is important, for twin flames to understand. We all have divine masculine and feminine energies that we need to balance within ourselves, but one is usually more feminine and one is usually more masculine, and that's why the attraction happens, because of the magnetism. And so I want you to just see that where the feminine is here, okay? So feminine is supposed to be the receiving energy, okay? So when the masculine gives to her energetically, the feminine receives, and then she feels as though her chakras are lit up, as though she's vibrating, if you like. And so as the masculine gives this energy to her desire, her passion for life, her wonder is ignited, and then she gives back to him, and this creates a passion in the masculine energy, and so then he comes back and gives back to her, and so it becomes this circle of love and passion that keeps going and going and going, which is symbolized by the circle, and it's never ending. It's this never ending giving. Oh, hang on. Oh, that was my bad drawing. Hang on. Sorry. Totally lost the plot today. There we go. So we've got the masculine and feminine energies going around and around and around. Feminine should be receiving, the masculine is giving, the feminine receiving, the masculine is giving, right? And, of course, the feminine does give back to him in a serving kind of way, not in a 1950s kind of way where she has to cook and clean and serve him like that. That's not what I'm suggesting here. I'm saying that, let me give an example. So, if the masculine texts the feminine, then the feminine could reply in a text, maybe, send something nice, a poem or a song or some kind words. And then, she allows the masculine to come back to her. And it's just a traditional, it's not, I don't want to say the word traditional, because I think that brings us back into the 1950s, and that's not what I'm trying to do with, having the woman staying at home and doing as the husband says. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm saying that, these are energies, and the feminine energy is a receiving energy, and the masculine energy is a giving energy. So when the feminine can come into that receiving energy and waiting for the masculine to come in, then the masculine can, do his role of coming into her. Okay, so for those divine feminines who are early in the journey, sometimes the feel is to grab the phone and text and text and text and text and text and text and wonder why the masculine isn't replying, and it's because that chasing energy is there. It's that chasing energy, and when you chase something, it will run away most times. Okay. Especially if you're chasing a masculine energy, because it's the masculine energy that's supposed to do the chasing, if that makes sense. Especially in the beginning stages of the twin flame journey, the masculine is supposed to be the one that sort of comes after the feminine, if you like. And yeah, we've got dogs barking there, which is a synchronicity. So that's good. Alrighty, so let's look into divine masculine. I hope no one's going to comment down below and say, something about how, men and women and, men this and women that and blah, blah, blah. Because, I want you to understand that I'm not trying to be gender based and say that the woman should have a certain place and that the man should have a certain place. That's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm just trying to say is that the feminine energy is a receiving energy, and the masculine energy is a giving energy. And so, if these roles are reversed, then it causes issues within the union relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'll get into the cards now. There's a little bit of racket going on outside, which means that there possibly is a little bit of a racket going on for divine masculine, because synchronicity is always occurring. Okay, so two other cards flew out of the deck too. The first one is the High Priestess, and then the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And so what I wanted to say to you about those is that the High Priestess is this knowledge card, is this intuition card, is this secret knowing card. And then the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is, regarding intuitively today, regarding something coming from the universe, but it's taking a little bit longer than it should. All right, so some abundance that's on its way from the universe is coming to divine masculine, but he has to wait for a bit. All right. I'm also feeling quite strongly that he has a huge presence around him from someone around him that's passed away is looking after divine masculine. And if it's not someone that's passed away, it could possibly be like a guardian angel or a guide or something, is strongly there. So we're going to go into the thinking, feeling and action space of divine masculine now. Any of the divine feminines watching today who aren't feeling great, I invite you to do some self-care. I invite you to, and I'm going to do it now, have a drink of water, eat better, have a bubble bath, really start to take care of yourself right now. It's really important, especially in the current climate that we're going through. Okay, so the bottom of the deck here is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And I want you to remember that I read cards intuitively like a story. So if you are into tarot and you already, know that what the Six of Pentacles means and all of that, that's fine. And I invite you to, enjoy, you know, your tarot and all of that. But when I read, you know, I'm channeling and I'm reading intuitively as well as using the cards. So I could really probably do a reading without the cards if I needed to. But so we've got some visual aspects, you know, it's nice to have the cards as well. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that, you know, if you're into tarot and you're like, well, hang on a minute, the Six of Pentacles doesn't exactly mean that, or, you know, I just wanted to let you know. Okay, so, in fact, I haven't had anyone say that to me yet, but if they did, I just wanted you to know. All right, so intuitively, there is something not completely right with regard to this Six of Pentacles energy now. There is someone not giving the Divine Masculine enough money, or he's working too hard and not getting paid enough, perhaps. And so I want you to send abundance to your masculine, as in, not literally. I mean, you can if you want, that's up to you. Send the energy of abundance. Okay, so right now he's thinking that he has to put something regarding his home life on hold right now. There's something at home that is really trying for him. You know, his home life has been turned upside down here. He's juggling some issues there. Okay, and with the world situation that we're going on with at the moment, you know, it does feel like this dance of, you know, trying to maintain a job, trying to still be healthy, trying to still not be too stressed, considering, you know, that the whole world seems to be going through like a, you know, it feels like the apocalypse in a way, doesn't it? It's like watching a movie, a crazy movie about, you know, something that you'd only watch on the movie to see, you know, I don't know, Times Square with no people in it, and, you know, all of this stuff going on, to watch, you know, what's going on. Okay, so regardless of what's going on, he's thinking about his home situation, thinking about it, but then he's also got this passion for Divine Feminine. He's also thinking about her. And for some of them, they cannot reach out right now because there's stuff going on at home or in their 3D life. Okay, so he's feeling a little bit left out here. He's feeling as though, for some Divine Masculines, they're feeling a little bit depressed, a little bit down. You know, it's this, something feels like it's just not right. They just feel like all they really want to do is travel towards the feminine. All they really want to do is give this love. But we have the King of Cups in the reverse here, and because they're not feeling as good as they normally might, you know, it's hard for them to come through as this loving, beautiful energy, which should be upright. Okay? For this Divine Masculine collective that I'm channeling for today, they really feel emotional. You know, and sometimes when the masculine energy feels emotional, they don't want to come in because then they'll put the energy onto the feminine. So they like to deal with this on their own. Okay? The action space right now is that they're being defensive. They're being defensive because something has happened here with the Tower. They've had an epiphany, they've had an argument, perhaps. They've had some words with someone. Okay, we've got the Queen of Swords here. This is a woman who speaks her truth, who can be quite nasty, who can even be narcissistic. And it could be a karmic, it could be a family member, but someone is making the Divine Masculine feel defensive. and it's turning his world upside down at the moment. He doesn't feel like himself. So I've got my secret deck now, which is saying that he's going to feel better soon. He's going to feel better soon. Now we've got a little story happening here as the cards just flew out. So I'm going to read it to you like a story. Okay, there's justice. There's justice. He wants justice. He wants to feel not so burdened. He's had a lot of burden for a long time. This is the Ten of Wands in reverse. The fact that it's in the reverse tells me intuitively that it's been there for a long time. He's had a lot of stress for a long time, and all he really wants is this Two of Cups energy, this loving relationship, this unbreakable bond between each other that will last forever, a love and understanding between two people, you know, two lovers forever. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, you know, which I'm drawn to the blue, you know, as a throat chakra kind of card. He feels off balance. He feels as if he can't speak his truth. He feels muffled. He's been juggling everything too much. You know, there's been difficult times going on. For some divine masculines, money is coming in one hand, and then going straight out the other. And this card is suggesting that everything will improve soon and to hang in there. Some divine masculines may have lost their jobs because of the economic crisis we're going through right now. He's looking for the Empress. This is what he needs in a nurturing way, because he's had the Ten of Swords occurring in his life, which means the Ten of Swords here, you know, in this particular deck represents overthinking and anxiety, the feeling that someone's betrayed you or has betrayed you, you know, heartache, feeling depressed about something that's happened, someone's being deceptive to you. So let's see who might have been deceptive. I mean, this won't resonate for everyone, but we'll just get maybe two cards to see who may have been deceptive for divine masculine. Despite all of this going on, we still have the Knight of Wands here. You know, he's still feeling passionate regardless of what's been going on in his life. Okay. Alright, so we have the Nine of Wands here. Something from your past has created low self-esteem. It's time to believe in yourself. You have the ability to become more confident. Just believe and you shall receive. And so what I've noticed here is, as I'm reading this card, if you see there where I've read there, it says just believe down the bottom and you shall receive. You know, they've spelt it wrong on the card. And so that brings me to feeling, you know, that feeling of the ocean. You know, a shell is found on the ocean. And so I'm feeling that, you know, as a synchronicity, he's feeling highly emotional. His emotions, you know, the undercurrent of his emotional status, whether he's coming forward and looking okay to you or not, he's really kind of going through a battle right now. He's feeling highly emotional, which may be why he hasn't communicated or isn't communicating as much as you'd like for some divine feminines here. So we were going to ask who has been deceptive or who's hurt him. And we're getting, for some of them, this King of Pentacles energy here. So this is someone who holds a responsible holds a responsible position or may own their own business. It's not necessarily a man, it could be a female too. It could be a, you know, one of those females that is a an alpha female, because I'm drawn to say that because we have here the Queen of Swords, and we said, whoever's being cutting is this feminine energy, but yet we have the King of Pentacles here. So let's put them together as a duality here. It could be a man, or it could be a woman, but whoever it is that's been sort of speaking ill or deceiving divine masculine, it may be with regards to business here, or it may be with regards to karmic influences such as family or friends. So whoever this is probably holds a responsible position, or may own his or her own business. Someone who can be very shrewd at times, and shrewd is like a kind of cutting or rude even. Someone with considerable wealth, someone who has been or is married, someone who seems stable and is slow to anger, but yet has this bubbling, it's kind of this narcissist feeling, really. It's kind of this, one of those people that kind of will smile when, even smile at you when you're going through a hard time, if you understand what I mean. If you don't understand the word narcissist, please look it up. It's NARCISSIST, narcissist. Okay, so that's who some of the divine masculines are dealing with here. And then we have the Fool card. So he's wanting to take a leap of faith away from this situation, because this situation can trap him into sort of a box feeling. And so he wants to take a risk and maybe get away from that, because, he feels the energy difference in this. Okay. And it feels like it's work related, and if it's not work related, it is, karmic related. Some divine masculines have said something to divine feminine. I'm truly sorry for my words and actions. Okay? Some divine masculines may not have been able to come in at this time because they're going through something. You are my heaven on earth is the next message. You are the glow that lights up my life. I'm sorry if I ever contributed to the suffering of your heart. Okay? So if you're feeling down, divine feminine, know that divine masculine is not trying to be separate from you at all at this time. He's going through something himself with the Tower moment there, either an epiphany or something, some dramas going on. Sometimes I look at you and wonder how I got to be so damn lucky. Okay, so if you've sent him pictures, if you Skype or do something like that, on the bottom of the deck, I need to read it first and then put it up. Do you even realize how amazing you are to me? Beautiful message. You are the reason why I'm smiling again. All right, so for divine masculines watching this now, I'm going to tell you the love messages from divine feminine, and then I'll close out the reading so you can get on with your day or night. Yeah, but kind of feeling, divine masculine feels a bit down. Divine feminine also feels a bit down. Remember that song Frente, Labour of Love? Both divine masculine and feminine can watch that song and it will give you some more clarity. Frente also sings a beautiful song called Ordinary Angels, and that's a nice high vibrational song that you can listen to that might make you feel better at this time too with what's going on in the world. Okay, divine feminine says to divine masculine, It's so hard not talking to you. I don't care how complicated this gets. I still want you. And she wants to tell Divine Masculine, I'm connected with you no matter where you are. Okay, so she's coming and bringing support there, which is really beautiful. Let me read it first. I don't care how hard being together is. Nothing is worse than being apart. Really beautiful. And then whatever's going on for Divine Feminine, some of them are going through a difficult time with trauma and, you know, the past energies coming in due to the planet. I think I said Chiron, but I think it's actually Chiron. Doesn't matter. Chiron. You know, bringing up past memories, past things coming up. It's sort of a bit similar to Mercury retrograde in a way, but different. Anyway, I acted like it wasn't a big deal when it really was breaking my heart. So whatever's going on for some of the Divine Feminines right now has really been hurting a lot. Okay. So they are the messages I have for you right now. We're going to get a well-being message for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine before I go from this deck. I love this deck. Beautiful deck. So let's do the masculine first and then the feminine. Okay. Wow, the masculine got 3 cards. I can relax into my natural well-being is the first card for masculine. They're stuck together. Hang on a sec. Oh dear. There we go. I want to feel good. I want to feel good. I choose my unique path to joy. They're beautiful. The feminine gets, I'll give her 3 as well because masculine got 3. Well-being is my natural state of being. The next one sounds amazing. I think this is a really good reminder. I'm not here to fix anything. I'm here for fun. That's a great message. And then the last one, which is so gorgeous because it's got a cat on it. I am selfish enough to want to feel good. I am selfish enough to want to feel good. And for the twins together, I see this day as a positive new beginning. It's never too late to have a new beginning. And there we can see the sun card there, which is a synchronicity saying that some of you need to get some more sunshine, some more vitamin D. Okay. I'm sending you so much love and light and peace today. I want you to try and stay as high vibrational as possible despite what's going on in your physical reality, okay? Staying high vibrational will attract in what you desire, and it will take a little bit of time because we live in a matter, you know, a density here on earth. So stay positive, and if you need to reach out to me, please contact me. My details are in the about section on my channel, and I want you to know, whether you're divine masculine or feminine, that you are beautiful, you are loved, you are protected, and you are safe at this time. And all you need to do is go within, and all you need to do is follow your joy in every moment. So I want you to think of going from one joyful moment to the next joyful moment, to the next joyful moment. I keep repeating, to the next joyful moment. Okay, and when you do that, you'll automatically be in a high vibration. Now, if you don't understand about Ascension and you'd like to know more about Ascension, I have 2 videos in my Ascension series. So you can look through my videos and there will be video 1 and video 2. So I invite you to take a look at those videos, and I'll be adding to that very soon so that you can, ascend and understand what ascension means for you, especially on the twin flame journey. Okay, so I'm sending you loads of love and everything else that you might need. And I want us to just take 3 deep breaths before we go, so we can breathe in love and breathe out anything that's no longer serving us. And we can do that together before we go on about the rest of our day or night. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, breathe out. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. That feels good. Breathe in and out. And there we are. Have a beautiful, beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. Love yourself and love the people around you as much as you can, and still be assertive. Okay, bye everyone. Have a great day or night. Bye.